Mission, comfort, values, and beliefs.
Thank God is fabulous.
What is cancer? What is your perception of cancer?
Well, today our guest will be sharing her story on living with cancer.
Thank God is fabulous. Friendship. What is a true friend? He's my friend. She's my friend. Can a male and a female be true friends?
What are the benefits of friendship? Are there true friends with benefits or not? How do you know somebody is a friend? What are the criteria? What are the requirements to have a friend?
Thank God is fabulous. Well, today we are going to be talking about career choices.
Do you make career choices based on your habits or things you love or what's trending or what would be your livelihood?
Is it going to be vocational or is it going to be higher education? What's your choice?
It doesn't matter what you're going through.
Or what you have been through?
Thank God is fabulous. I'm Welda Paley. And I'm Fasia Hilton. Welcome.
Thank God is fabulous. Male nurses.
Vision, comfort, values, and beliefs.
Thank God is fabulous.
What is cancer? What is your perception of cancer?
Well, today our guest will be sharing her story on living with cancer.
Thank God is fabulous. Friendship. What is a true friend? He's my friend. She's my friend. Can a male and a female be true friends?
What are the benefits of friendship? Are there true friends with benefits or not? How do you know somebody is a friend? What are the criteria? What are the requirements to have a friend?
Thank God is fabulous. Well, today we are going to be talking about career choices.
Do you make career choices based on your habits or things you love or what's trending or what would be your livelihood?
Is it going to be vocational or is it going to be higher education? What's your choice?
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank God is fabulous. So tonight we are on split screen, me and my co-host, and presenting tonight, I'm Professor Welder Paley.
And I'm Fasia Hilton. Sorry, guys. Let me get it
Thank
now.
God
Okay.
is always
It's
fabulous.
fabulous. Yes.
So we are excited to be back another Friday evening. And a lot has been going on in our community last weekend, so we were not able to present because we had a loss and we all had to give our fair share of time in the community. So tonight we're going to be discussing a topic that is trending everywhere and for a while now it's been a discussion. So tonight we're asking everyone to participate because it's kind of close to home, and sometimes you may never know what's going on until it's right in your backyard. And this is a topic that is kind of hard to discuss, but should be discussed because our world that we knew is changing. Nothing that we
Yes.
knew is still the same. How do we adapt? How do we address this new lifestyle into our everyday lifestyle? Some people are to the point where they say they're not going to take it, but by them refusing to take it doesn't make it go away. So this is where we are. Whether you accept it or not, it is here. It's a change that we all must come to embrace one way or the other because it is here and it doesn't seem to be going away. And it's a big part of our society, and it's affecting our society in so many ways. Whether you choose it or think it to be positive or negative, that would be left with you to make that decision. But it is here to stay. So we will all have to think about it. And this topic is on transgender. Everywhere you turn anymore, we are discussing it. It's real and it's here. And it doesn't look like it's going to be going away anytime soon. So buckle yourself, get informed, get to live with it, and choose how you're going to handle it. So, Fasia, transgender it is tonight.
Yes, it is. And like you said, this it's a trending topic. I remember when I was in primary care, I had a couple of transgender patients, and they want you to address them by what they are identifying by. Not what is on their birth certificate, but what they are identifying by now. So it's we would like to hear your point of view and give some light on it as well. And there was a video trending on, I think, was it TikTok?
Yeah. And tonight we'll put that video up too so that you can listen to the conversation because it is serious. There are parents who now have their kids in school that have to deal with this. Does a parent feel safe when their child, a female, is in school with a boy who is now identifying as a girl in the same bathroom? Is it safe? But the boy is identifying as a girl. What do we do now? Do they just come into the bathroom like girls would? Or do we have to go in and lock all the doors now because there's a boy girl in the bathroom? How are we handling this situation? How are we discussing it with our daughters? How are we accepting our children who have decided to change their identity? What are we doing? There's a lot going on.
It is, yes.
I saw another post that a toddler transgender, and that was the funniest thing I ever saw. A toddler transgender. How can a toddler be a transgender?
Oh goodness.
I don't know if it is the parents wish that a child be transgender, or who wish it is. At that point, I can't even tell. You know, because it's so sad that a 2-year-old would be able to make that kind of decision. Like, I don't want to be a boy. I want to be a girl.
Exactly.
What
and you know, most time, you know what I realized too? Most times it is the male transgending to a female.
Yes.
That is more common. I don't think I've ever seen a female. Maybe there is, but I don't think I've ever come across a female transgending to a male. Now, in the LGBT community, yes, they might dress like one, you know, try to be masculine, but not to the extent where they want to be identified.
Try to change the gender.
Yes.
Yeah. What do we do?
Yeah.
Well, the conversation was with a female who had a very strong opinion about the role of the trans woman. And I will play it so that you, the audience, can hear her point of view for yourself, because she was not happy. She was not having it. Okay. So I'm going to add her onto my screen.
Put you in our place.
Because it's a lot easier for y'all to believe that trans people want special privileges than it is for y'all to just accept the fact that we want to be treated like everybody else.
No, the truth is you don't want to be treated like everybody else. You want to be treated like a woman. And at the end of the day, trans women are not women. You're trans, bottom line. And it's offensive every time I see a trans woman actually claim to be a woman. I'm a woman. Let me be a woman. Why do you have to take that from me? As a trans woman, just be trans and be okay with being trans. I want to give anybody who is homosexual or transgender their props. And let me explain why. Because a lot of the stuff that y'all do, a lot of the stuff that y'all created, women, men, whoever are out here using that stuff. And I feel like right now, a lot of the beauty trends have a lot to do with things that transgenders have created. All day long, we accept most people from the LGBT community, especially Black women. But I just want y'all to allow us to be women. You know what I mean? Like, let us be women and you be trans. Why do you have to be classified as woman? You're not a woman. You are trans. And it's very hurtful. It's very hurtful for you to try to erase women all together and put you in our place.
Because it's a lot easier for y'all to believe that.
Yeah, I saw that video as well.
Yeah. And what she's saying is so true. Makeup, the price of makeup has gone up so much, it's not even funny anymore. Because when the trans woman puts on makeup, she does not play.
She slays it. That's the saying goes.
Slay it. You know, at first I used to get really mad watching the video, but then I realized they know what they're doing. These people make up to transform. They don't just make up. They make up to transform. We just put makeup on to enhance the beauty. No, these people are transitioning with the makeup. You can't hate that. You can't hate it. You got to go to them to take the classes. Because, I mean, they do the thing so well. They do it so
They're
well.
good at what they do, yes.
And
but then you have some that is, you know, from you know that they're not a woman.
Yes.
You know that they are not a woman, but to them, they feel like they are. They dress like a woman. They have a purse. They have heels on, but you can see the masculinity.
Yeah.
You can see that. And I had a friend, an associate, I should say, that changed. Well, he didn't change his sex, but he dresses as a woman. He's identified as a female. And so I asked him. I said, when I asked, I said, well, can I ask you a question? Are you okay? And she, well, I will say she, okay, she was open, and she said yes. She said from a from childhood, I knew within my body that I wanted to be. I'm sorry, there's a graduation celebration going on upstairs, so that's where the noise is coming from. But she said that from childhood she knew that she was trapped in a male's body,
Mm.
but she considered herself. I mean, it's kind of strange. I'm saying her, and I'm talking about a male, but that's what they want to be identified by.
Yep. Yep.
So she considered herself a female. And then later, as an adult, when she became 18, she couldn't take it any longer, and that's when she started to dress, as a female. She came out of the closet, and she started to dress as a female, and wear the wigs, wear dresses, but her voice is still masculine. And I said, well, how was your self-esteem? How did people take it? She said, oh, it was brutal. It was
Professor,
brutal.
let me just bring in this makeup tutorial of one of the transformation, and you see what we're talking about. It is no joke. It is no joke.
I'm gonna wear these pink bow sock, and then I'm also gonna add white heart type. For jewelry, I'm gonna do this pink heart necklet, and for earrings, I'm gonna do these pink hearts. I'll be back with the final look all put together. And here's the final look. Hey besties, get ready with me. I'm gonna wear this dress, I'm gonna wear these pink bow sock, and then I'm also gonna add white heart type.
Now,
for jewelry, I'm gonna do this pink heart necklet, and for earrings, I'm gonna do these pink hearts. I'll be back with the final look all put together. And here's the final look. Hey besties, get ready with me. I'm gonna wear this dress, I'm gonna wear these pink bow sock, and then I'm also gonna add white heart type. For jewelry, I'm gonna do this pink heart necklet, and for earrings, I'm gonna do these pink hearts. I'll be back with the final look all put together.
That's what we have to deal with, Asia.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's sad because some of our parents don't really understand that men now can really look like women and you can't tell the difference.
You cannot. Not at all.
And they are out there with our daughters. But the part that really caught me and I was really a little bit sad? It was a competition. And this trans girl competed against a real girl and won the competition.
Oh,
Now,
wow.
the strength of a male will never be the same strength of a female. They got
Not
women
at
who
all.
are strong, but it's a different kind of strong when it comes to a man strong. And if they have to compete, if they have to get into competitions, me personally, I think they should get in a competition in their own category.
I think so. I agree with you.
Because it doesn't make any sense for a boy to challenge a girl when the boy is not saying he's a boy. He's saying I'm a girl. But it would never be a fair competition because if they would let them compete, then why they take athlete out of competition because they take steroids?
Exactly.
Why?
Yeah, I would consider that some form of cheating because you cannot compare, the strength of a male to a female.
Yeah.
To the average female. You cannot.
You can't. It is It is ridiculous. But that's what we are in. And they are very persistent about what you will address them as. You got to use their pronouns. And I mean, at school, it's so funny because everybody got their name tag and they got their pronouns. Well, the first day I saw that, I'm like, okay, what's the meaning of all that? He, she, hers, and they, him. I'm like, okay, what are they talking about? And then later on, I realized, oh my goodness, I think I'm one of the few professors who don't have a pronoun under my name. If you see me, I look like a girl to you, well, you are in trouble. You better go deal with it.
Exactly.
But, you know, all the students come in and they have that. They have their pronouns under their stuff. And it's like, wow. But here is the funny thing. When we're taking care of them medically, we take care of them based on what they came into the world as. Though we don't go into the room calling them by what they came into the world as, because patient prefers to be called Esther when she's Michael, we'll call you Esther, but we'll take care of you like Michael. Especially if you haven't transitioned your organs. So and
that you know, speaking of organs, that is an extensive surgery. Very extensive.
I guess in a way you can say we are never content as human beings with what we have.
Sure.
They got men who doing everything they can to be like females. And they got females doing everything they can do to be men.
To be like a male, yeah.
Can you imagine that?
As the saying goes, this world is not balanced.
It is not balanced for nothing. Okay? Look, and you wonder why they want to come to your side. I think women are beautiful. We got so many things to show, to display. And some of these men can't just help themselves. Like, you know what? I want to be like that. But they overdo it.
Yeah.
They dress more than us. They make up more than us. They even walk sexy more than us. Because in their mind, that's what we do. But that's not what we do.
Yeah.
They're just extra. They just take
it. With us, there's no effort.
Yeah.
It's like a reflex, you know.
Yes.
But with them, they have to put effort into it.
So true, so true. And it is, I don't know, but what would you do as a parent if you find yourself in this situation and your child befriended one and brought them home as a friend?
Well, I mean, I'll try to be. I'll be open, but I'll tell you this: they make the best of friends. Transgender, LGBT, you know, gay, they make the best of friends. And you know why? The good thing is they're not going to hit on you.
No.
So that relationship is safe. Well, for the most part.
For the most part. But let me tell you this story.
I would say now in the LGBT, that's different. But most times they respect that boundary.
Yeah.
But for the gay, they will not hit on you.
Some of them do try to respect the boundaries.
Yeah, some.
But as with anything, there are people in there that can really change the narrative. And there is a friend I know very well that had a friend that was a lesbian. And not a lesbian, no, I take that back. I call it lesbian. Look, there are so many different descriptions for this thing. You got to keep it together. The lesbians are the women who just like women. Then there are trans women, the one who are men that transform their sexual organs into females. They are the trans women. I mean, why all gotta be so different, so complicated? Your mic.
Sorry, the trans women. Okay, the men that are identified as women and dresses as women. For the most part, I will want to say that in the relationship, they still date a male.
Yes.
Yes.
They date guys. But some of them go both ways.
So then how do you, is that, well, I guess you would still consider it bi, or is there another term for it?
Oh my God.
I was doing a research.
When you going both ways, you're supposed to be bisexual.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a man, you're doing both men and women, you are bisexual. So you can still dress like a man, but you go with men and you go with woman. But these people are not just bisexual, they are transgender bisexual.
Okay. So when I was looking up,
they want the whole package. They want the breast, they want the penis to be gone, but they want a woman also. So they keep it and they really know how to dress to tuck it in. So they don't get rid of the organ. They keep the organ, but they grow the breast. And then they go with both sides. Yes. One of them was in the prison, in the female prison.
Oh, yes, I heard about that one.
Prisoners pregnant.
Yes. Now let me go ahead.
Came out of there. You were supposed to be trans. That's why you were the girls, because you say you're a woman. How can you go in there and start getting them pregnant? I guess what she didn't realize that she was a man at heart and a female in her thoughts. Yeah. So when she got in the situation where there were just females around, she went for it. Yeah. True story. Got them pregnant in the prison.
I was doing my research, looking up the definition of transgender, and then I came across this. It says, what is the difference between transgender and non-binary? I was like, well, I have not come across this term non-binary before. So the definition says, the term transgender describes someone whose gender identity is different than their sex assigned at birth.
Okay.
Gender non-binary describes someone whose gender identity does not fit within traditional female or male category.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes. People in either of these categories may opt for gender affirmation medical treatment.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is serious, Fasia. Because now with that gender binary, oh, that is a good one. None of transgender. Oh, wow. There's one here that I want to share. Let me go right in here and then I will share it because this is deep. It said a term used to describe transgender, transsexual, or gender variant individual who have not attained and may not desire to attain gender reassignment surgery. Those are called non-op trans. They have dealt with us.
We have to go to school for this, yes.
Non-op transgender. What? Are you kidding me? A non-op? So you're calling yourself transgender, transsexual. You got variant because you're not man, you're not woman. You're not hermaphrodite either. But there you are. I guess it's how you feel. You wake up in the morning, you're like, I want to be a boy today. You wake up tomorrow, you're like, I want to be a girl. Can you imagine that? What a confused state of mind.
Yes.
And there is another thing that I did see is called gender dysphoria.
Yes, I saw that.
That one is a mental situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let
me
put
that on the screen also. So
okay, while you're putting that there, I'm glad you put this definition up, because this was the other terminology that I came across. Now, the surgery before, the sex change surgery, they used to call it sex reassignment surgery.
Okay.
But nowadays, they don't want to be referred to that. They want it to be referred to as gender affirmation confirmation surgery. Not sex reassignment. I guess sex reassignment surgery is too harsh. I mean, that's just no, seriously, that's just my take. I may be wrong, but that's just my conclusion of that terminology.
Oh my goodness, Vasia.
So they don't want it to be called sex reassignment surgery any longer. They want it to be called gender affirmation or confirmation surgery.
Now, let's look at the mental health side of it. Gender dysphoria is a term that describes a sense of unease that a person may have because of a mismatch between their biological sex and their gender identity. This sense of unease or dissatisfaction has caused a lot of problems. And sometimes I think about it, and I don't know I don't know how you really look at it. Will you agree then that people who find themselves feeling trapped as either a male trapped in a female body or a female trapped in a male body, would you consider that a mental problem? Did you hear the question?
Yes. Would I consider it a mental issue? Yes. Because it is all mental. It's all in your mind. That you feel trapped in this female's body. You are a man. I mean, in this male's body, you are a male. But everything about you like to play with dolls. You like to wear dresses. And please, by no means are we trying to demean this. We're just trying to educate ourselves on this. That's why we are shedding light on this. It is not to demeanor this class of how do I say, this class.
Yep.
Okay. It is just to shed light on it so that when we see it, we don't shame them.
Yeah, because I think if you don't understand it, you will shame before you even know it.
Exactly. Yes.
And I think that's
so this is just
missing.
To bring awareness.
There's a lot of non-understanding about it. Because just getting ready for this show, I started finding out some names and some terms that I'm confused about. I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
How do you know what to say, when to say it, who to say it to? Because you cannot.
Now, for me, we are in the medical field. If I have a patient, or when I have come across patients, I'm very receptive, very open, and respect whatever gender they identify as. And, I sit and have a conversation and ask them, and they appreciate that. Instead of demeanoring them or, stereotyping them, they are willing to explain, to tell you.
Oh, they will educate you. They know their stuff. They will educate you. You will be shocked. They know their stuff. They do. They do. And they're supposed to know it because they have a lot of education to put out there. Because there are a lot of misinformation out there also.
It is.
You know, that it scares us who out there. Like the lady in the video saying, you know, you want to take this away from us too. You want to do, but nevertheless, they're dressing, they're doing their own thing. It could be other women dressing with more makeup and more stuff, and they are just women just on cloud 12.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when they do it, they do it so exorbitantly. And like she said, they have changed the price of makeup anymore because they use a lot more, and the prices will go up because the more demand for it there is, the increase of the price. And that's not fair to women. Hey, if that's the case, then don't buy it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then don't buy it.
Yeah.
You know,
I think we should respect whomever they want to identify as.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna identify as one, then stick there and don't. You have to be one.
Yep. True. True.
But if let's go with the high school or the middle school.
Yeah.
If the child is identifying as a female, but they have not yet done the surgery, I think they should use the restroom that the birth certificate identifies them as.
You would think.
That's my stance on that.
That's where the problem is at, because once the child come out and identify as what they say they are. Oh no, but let me pause right there. There was another video that I saw on TikTok. A father went to a PTA so-called meeting, and he made it clear. He said, it's not that, you know, everything you want to do for our children in school, parents got to consent. If my child has a headache, you send me a note, I got to come to the school. If my child has to play sport, you send me a note, I got to come to the school. Everything about my child is parental consent.
Right.
But do you know they went ahead and sent the parents information that they're going to a new policy was coming up where they won't need a parental consent, but they will need a guardian counselor to help the child make a decision about changing the sex.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So the father said, I think you should go back and really look at that policy again, because it's not adding up. Everything you want the parents to be a part of it, but now we come to this part, and then you're not concerning the parents. You want the counselor to work with the child to find out what orientation the child wants. He said, the last time I checked, when my 5-year-old had to cross the road, I didn't stand across the street and tell her, go. I walked her across the street, because safety is the parent concern for the child. So how come this major decision, life-changing decision in the life of my child, I'm not concerned, I shouldn't be involved, but people who don't know my child, who's on the outside looking in, should make the decision for my child? I think you should go back and reevaluate that policy, because you're about to go places that we will not be able to return, and we're about to have a confused generation. Exactly how he put it. And I'm like, you are so right.
He's right, yeah.
Because we play with things that are very, very, very important. And changing, let me see if I can find the video. Let me see if I can find it. It was in depth, and I'm like, wow, this is bold. Now they want to do this to parents with to a child without the parent concerned?
So while you're looking at that, let's talk about what are the types of transgender surgeries?
Okay, please.
So, and I'm getting this from Google. It says gender affirming surgery gives transgender people a body that aligns with their gender. It may involve procedures on the face, chest, or genitalia. Common transgender surgery options includes
All right, Fassi, are you there?
Go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, go on with what you were saying. I think I found what I want.
Yes. And then for some, they might do hormonal therapy. And then they might even do puberty blockers. I didn't even know that part, that they did that. Then that is to prevent them from going through puberty. So the guys, to block, the voice from the voice deepening and the facial hair and all of that. So they do that. And then they have the voice therapy. This is to adjust your voice or tune to help with communication skills, such as introducing yourself with your pronoun, the pronoun that you were talking about.
Yes.
Yes.
Fassi?
I was like, wow. Yes.
We are there, full-fledged. But let me play this because that's a school board meeting and a clip of it. Let me play it, okay?
You can see people spilled out over into another room besides that boardroom meeting. It's been a long night as the board considers adopting new state guidelines when it comes to sexual education. It's safe to say this was a heated topic. It was a packed boardroom meeting tonight. The new guidelines include updates to the sexual health and HIV prevention program. The board has the option to add gender identity and gender expression and issues dealing with consent, to name a few topics. Parents, however, can opt their students out of all or part of the comprehensive sexual health and HIV/AIDS prevention without penalty. Now, here's a taste of what we heard tonight.
The hope is that by making students more aware of issues like consent, that they will be safe for themselves and that they will keep other people safe.
As long as they do not talk about the reproductive organs and their function, then the opt-out laws do not apply. But there is no law that says, as a board, we cannot still provide an opt-out.
Uninformed people raise uninformed children, and that is why we need this. There is no reason to think CVUSD students won't benefit greatly from a curriculum that helps them understand the reality of trans identity.
I think our parents that fought for this country in World War II, my father and they'd be turning over in their graves about this, that all this information that is being suggested that is going to be taught to our children.
Again, these new proposed updates only concern middle and high school students. It's also important to point out that this was only a discussion.
Can you imagine middle school?
I know, that's, yeah.
Fassi, I don't know, but I wouldn't want my baby.
I wouldn't either. No, not in middle school.
Oh my God.
Right in middle school. And at that age, yes, you might feel like you want to be a female or vice versa. But your brain is not fully developed yet.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's not. I think they should wait until the child is at least 18, where they can make a consensual, an informed decision.
Yes. Before you start, bringing things that, because for see, I think about it. If we know that the frontal cortex that is responsible for decision making forms at 21.
Right.
And even at that 21 formation, everything is still not clear. But okay, we'll take it from 21. But you're bringing it way before even teen years. You want to introduce it to a child whose mind is like a sponge, absorbing everything around them. You just have to plant that seed.
Yeah.
And the next thing, that child starts to think about that. What if, can you imagine this? At that age, children want to explore everything around them.
Yeah.
And then you open this can of worms. And now you're saying what? You want to teach it to them? And the next thing, if they go home and tell their parent, I can see an African parent trying to kill a child for coming home and saying, Mom.
No, the first thing they will say, no, something wrong. Are you mad? Something's wrong with you.
Yes. Are you mad would be the first thing. Are you mad? Or are you crazy?
Are you crazy?
It is tough. It is tough. And I feel so sorry for parents who have very, very young ones and they're stuck in this,
Yeah, I think the basketball player Dwayne Wade, his son, has identified, I think he was a teenager when they allowed him to fully come out and identify as a female. Dresses like a female. I mean, that's their decision, but that's not something I would do. Not at that age. Now, I will love you.
Yep.
Still love you, but let's put the brakes on that for now. Let's wait.
I mean, the fasting and praying, I don't know how we will do that.
My dear, if it means I have to fast for 100 days.
The devil itself will be confused when I fast.
Yes.
Because you know what I
say? The first thing I was I'm telling you, yes.
You're a mother with a son waiting to have grandkids, waiting a father. Can you imagine the Nigerians who are so particular about their boys, wanting to perpetuate the name? And he come home and tell you, say he no more wants to be a man.
You say, what kind of moo idea is that?
Look, I can imagine the stress. I can imagine the stress. And I won't want to wish this on any parent.
No.
I wouldn't want to wish this on any parent.
Yeah, but although it's a tough decision too, still accept your child. Don't disown them.
True to the word.
Accept them, love them. If that's what it's going to be, then all you can do is pray about it, but still accept them and love them, because people have committed suicide on this thing. It's a serious issue.
That's one of the biggest reasons that the high suicide rate is in the
because of the shame,
because of the shaming, the non-support, the cutting off of
the bullying.
Yes. So the thing is, if you're gonna be there for your child, you have to be there for your child, because if you don't,
and this is when you have to be there the most.
Yes,
really.
If you push that child away, you lose the child, and because of that loss, you can really physically then lose them, because what do I have to live for? I have nobody to love me. My family don't care about me, and they just snap.
Yeah.
And one thing I wish they would educate parents of is when your child starts to make decisions in their life. You always want to make sure that door or that room or that window of communication is
It's open. Yes.
Because when it's not, you run into a lot more problem than you bargained for, because now the child can't really tell you how they truly feel or what they are really going through. They have to bottle it in, and I can't talk to my parents about this. Oh, they're gonna say abomination.
Yes, and that's where the struggle starts from. When they start to bottle it in and keep, keep it in.
Yeah.
That is not good.
Yeah. Can you imagine knowing how you feel and who you think you are, but you cannot show yourself in front of the people that you love because you're afraid they're not going to accept you? That is a rock in a very hard place.
It is. It is. It is. But we should always be open-minded. Never try to shame someone for who they are.
Yep.
Even though their birth is not saying what they are aspiring to be, but we have to accept them.
And there was another video I saw, and this person said they were a trans, and they said, look, even though I'm a trans, I love God, and I'm a pastor, and I'm serving him. And I say, you know what? You go. You do what you have to do. Because at the end of the day, some of the people who even standing there in their rightful gender, they're doing things worse than you.
Worse, yes. And who are we? Who are we to judge them?
Yes. You go right ahead and do what you got to do for the Lord. And don't let anybody put you down to tell you you're this person and that person and God wouldn't want you. How do they know God's mind?
Exactly.
You can't know his mind. You can't. He will decide on that final day who said who, because that's who he is. But all these things, I mean, it's just humans. Lord help us. We are just too complicated.
Very complicated.
Oh my God. You're a girl, you don't dress right, you ugly. You put too much makeup on, you wearing too much makeup. You transition, you in trouble. What kind of life is this?
So if we are going through that, can you imagine what they are going through?
Time it by 10. Times it
can
by 10.
You just imagine what they are going through? I can't.
You know what? On a serious, think about it. Think that you said that, it just like, wow, true. You girl, you don't have no butt, you in trouble. You ain't got no breast, you in trouble. We go now, we adding all the addition on, but because you can, and that's the thing, you don't touch the things you're not supposed to touch. Because when you touch it, there's no will stop you. Yes. Now that we know that we can get breast and we can get butt, look, anybody who want to go pay for it and get it.
But even with the makeup, you can see someone out there. You say, "Oh my God,
did she have to?"
If I'm speaking as a male now. If I see a female, with well made up, you would think, "Oh my God, she's beautiful." But then you bring them home and they wash it off,
and you about ready to run from your own house in the morning. You let, Lord, what did the liquor do to me? Who did I bring home? Yeah. But that's what it's called make up.
Yes.
It called make up for a reason.
It can transform you.
Oh yeah. I'm telling you, look, Fasia, I've seen these people make up. You cannot tell.
You can't.
Me, I can't tell. I cannot tell. Because they're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. You're like, what? I ain't even gonna put a plate down near that guy because he will beat my time. Okay?
Yes. I mean, you know, I admire them because they can walk in the heel more than I can.
Mama,
they can step more than I can.
They put up some heels like you're looking like, huh? Isn't that too high? Oh, no.
Telling you.
They got it. And they're dancing in it.
In
like,
it, yes.
Jesus.
Yes.
They just make us look bad all the way around. But true to the word, yes. And everything takes practice. That's what it just
That's it. That's it.
What they do. That's
but how to practice walking in heels is not for me.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
Yeah. They'll put us on heels and they'll step like to the beat. And you like, yeah, who's that girl?
Yeah.
But you know one thing I know about most of them, they're straightforward and they're honest. Because they know
very honest,
people
yes.
who want them. So they're not going to come out and make games with you. Like
if you ask, they will tell you.
Yeah, they'll tell you. They'll tell you. And it's your choice to pick or not pick. Because they know there are people who want them. So they're not bothered. They're not bothered. They're not going to make up the story just to get the crowd. No. They will let you know in a heartbeat, this is who I am. No, it's Ooh, what a world we have come to.
Yeah, just doing the research on this, I thought I knew a lot more than I thought. I didn't know a lot more than I thought I knew. Let's just put it that way. But by doing the research, it opened my eyes.
Fasia, on a serious, it's a different education.
It is
that needs to happen. Because if we who are nurses, we who can go and do the research and find these things, what more about our people back home? Who don't go do no research, who don't look for nothing, but just see it for what it is. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah,
but there is another part with the different African presidents who just not buying that. They're just not buying it. You're not bringing it here. If you bring it here, keep it under your mattress. Because if you expose it, you will know us.
True, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they say when you go to Rome, you do what Romans do. So if you go to a country where it's being clear that this is unacceptable, pack your bag and leave. It's not a must. It's not a force. It's not a crime. Get out. You're not welcome there. But like the couple who went to this African country and got themselves thrown in jail because they decided to openly mock the people by sitting on the park lawn. 2 men. They put them in jail.
You can't do that everywhere.
You can't do that.
You cannot.
If the country law said don't pee here, don't pee here. Don't do this here, don't do it. Nobody would have gone into their hotel room to camera them if that's what they were doing. But you came in the public, you made it a public showcase. And now the law of society takes care of the public. So now you have to deal with that. But at the end of the day, it wasn't fair. People need to express. You can't go expressing yourself everywhere. You can't. You can't. I know I'm an African parent. You better not come express yourself in my house. If you want to express yourself, go to the schoolhouse and you express it there. Don't bring it here. But we can only thank God and pray every day. Papa God, whatever it is, don't send it my way. Don't want to deal with it. You know I can't handle it. I don't want to have to go to jail for it. So please take it out of my pathway. Because this one is pure covered with the blood of Jesus. Because I don't know what it is. But you got to cover it up.
But at the same time, we don't pray that it happens. But if it happens, all I can say is we will love them, like we did before. It's going to be hard. but you know, you can't throw your child away. No.
But you know what, Fasia? And you know what? Thinking about it now, I love my son. I love my son so much. If he came home one day and say he decided to be a girl, I don't think I would love him any less.
Exactly. See?
Because I love him.
Exactly.
I would be mad at him.
It's gonna hurt your heart.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt your heart.
Mm-hmm.
But you're gonna love him. You're gonna love him. I think you will love him even more because you want to wrap him up in a bubble.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
You will love him even more.
Yes. I think that's exactly what it is. Because I'm trying to walk in the shoe of a parent who have to deal with that. And I'm thinking in my mind, how am I going to deal with it? But then I think about it like, you just love your child. We see where you've been loving your child. I don't think it's really going to change.
Yeah.
You can be mad at them all you like, but I don't think it's going to change because you still love them the way you love them.
That's how it should be.
You got one button on your coat, you don't got a choice in the matter.
That's how it should be. Now, there are some families that would disown, the child. It has happened. It is still happening.
Yeah.
Especially in the African community. It's like a taboo.
Yep.
Maybe the millennium now, it's becoming more prevalent and we're hearing about it. But back in the day, that's like you do that in the dark. You don't come outside.
Stay there with it. Stay there.
It was like a society you were in. You don't come. You don't show it out there.
Yeah. Well, if you out there tonight, watching, listening, there are a lot of new terminologies out there anymore that we identify each other with. Be kind to find out what it is somebody else wants you to call them. See them as. If it's not going to hurt you and change the color of your skin, call them whatever they want to be called. Treat them the way you would like to be treated. If you decided you wanted to be called someone else. We all in life going through different pathways. You can never determine this is the way how it's supposed to be because society says so. We're all trying to find our way. If somebody is finding their way and you have nothing good to help with, don't say nothing to ruin things for them.
Sure.
Just love them, support them in whatever their choice is until they find their way. And you will be surprised how your love, your little love and support can go a long way.
Oh, yes.
Take your time to understand what our world around us is coming to is not what it used to be. From the day we decided that we can go into the womb of a woman and determine the sex of a child, that was the beginning of the end. There's no turning back. New changes going to come down the pipeline every day. Brace yourself, learn it, understand it, so that you don't take the stress home at the end of the day. And if you happen to be in a situation where you have a loved one who made their own decision, all you can do is just support them.
That's it.
That's all you can do.
That's it.
If you say it's just too big for me, I can't handle it, leave them alone. It is hard.
Yeah, like you said, if you come across, the LGBT community, because the transgender falls within that LGBT community, don't. I'm trying to find the politically correct term to use. Respect them. You might not have to accept it.
Yep. Yeah. You might not have to accept it, but you must respect it. True to the word, just exactly like you were saying, Fasia. You don't have to accept it, but you must respect it.
And respect it.
Yeah.
You know, respect is totally different from accepting. Accepting, that's your right. But respect, that's general.
Yep. So thank you all so much for tonight and research.
Yes.
We got a lot of new term. Non-op transgender, gender dysphoria,
non-binary.
And you know the LGBTQ, the Q is for queer.
Oh, yes, the Q. Yes.
Yeah, the Q is for queer. That's the people that will fall into that non-op binary group.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So it's
and
very
you know
interesting.
they're great people. They're good people.
Yeah, it's
you
very
just have
interesting.
to get to know them. They're good people.
Yep. Yep.
And for the most part, they don't disrespect your space.
Nope.
They don't.
I guess we got a problem, eh? Because
that's it.
They come in, the ones that want to be the females, they come in looking hot every day. They work out, they do everything, and you sitting there, you don't work out, you don't do nothing, you gaining all that weight, and you're not dressing well, and now you're mad. Don't be mad. Don't hate. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Yeah, well, thank you this evening. And it doesn't matter what you're going through
or what you have been through.
Thank
God
is
fabulous.
God love us
so
all.
We will see you all next week, Friday. For the next 2 weeks, we will be, bi-coastal or on different screens, but
yes,
we will still be here.
Yep. Bringing you things that surrounds you, things that are in your world, things that we see, things that we hear, topics that people want to cover. So we bring you different things as you all ask for it. So
yes.
Thank you
and
so
please
much.
Send us you can send us topics as well that you want us to discuss or shed light on. Let us know if you want to come on the show. Please feel free to inbox us and let us know.
Thank you so much. It's been a good evening. Have a good night.
Good night. Have a great weekend.
You too.